It's Tuesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Morayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Hello, Mariam Longe. How are you?
Fine, thank you. In Valentine mood. My husband hasn't been around, so yesterday he came home, and he came home with my favorite lamb chops and veggies and whatever. I just felt, I was like, this has to be the sweetest, most romantic thing in the world, you know, and I really wanted to eat something like that, and that's what he just brought. He stopped over and brought it home, so happy Valentine's, my boo.
Oh, nice. Fantastic. How are you doing, Nima?
Fine now. So yes,
No, you don't do Valentine's, Sha?
I don't. So, myself and my small husband went to the hospital yesterday. On our drive back, I should have made him promise to be of best behavior. And I didn't know he had a mind of his own. So he was saying, and that's how you went to Abeokuta and you didn't take me. I said, Abeokuta is outside Lagos. He said, did you? Yes. Are you older than all of them? I said no. So are you older than Morayo? I said no. She's older than you. I said, yes.
Why are you not calling?
I said no.
Imagine.
But you beat us. I'm telling you. It was behind. I was driving.
You just be laughing.
Imran's kind of conversation. To share.
Yeah.
He went on and on about freedom and comparing. I said, okay.
Oh, jeez.
I'll give Morayo, Auntie Morayo, feedback.
Yeah,
Yes.
very interesting. You know, usually I don't see what you guys put in your tea. I'm seeing so many colors. What's all this, man?
Today I decided to try black seed tea powder in my
That's from
water.
Nima.
Yeah, that's from Nima. I've never done that, but I'm willing to try it.
Okay, and your own color is very funny.
Yeah, so I have moringa and cucumber juice.
Cucumber juice.
Cucumber juice.
I'm looking at
And then I put moringa powder into cucumber juice.
So that's what makes. That's why it looks green.
Yes, it's
So
the
what
moringa
does
powder.
cucumber juice look like? What's that? Just cucumber?
Just green.
It's just cucumber. Cucumber has alone, juiced, really healthy, gives you plenty
Everything.
micronutrients.
I can
and,
argue that, but that's not the place for arguing.
okay.
I'd rather you eat your cucumbers than
Juice it so that I get the fiber, Abi.
get everything that.
True,
Anyways,
I agree, but I don't.
I swear. We shall live
You
long.
what?
and
You
live
don't have
well.
anything in your cup. You're still.
No, you know, we are
She's
still on the mountain.
Yes.
In the
How you
church.
doing?
I'm good. Planning for the Game of Money conference on
Yes.
Saturday. So we're counting down to this Saturday, where we'll be hosting 1,200 people who want to up their money game. So the struggle now is I sincerely want to get someone that would be able to provide food at least about 2,000 naira. Apparently, and it's just the little things that I'm doing to ensure that it's convenient for those that come, in addition to the transportation that we're providing, discounted transportation. Yes, so
I'm excited.
Every day this week, the only banter I have.
I'm going to
is
post
Game
my
of Money.
carousel today. That picture of me on top of that, it made me look very moneyed. I'm like, yeah, I like.
I posted hers actually,
Yes,
but I didn't have the caption, so I needed to go back again. I had to delete it so I can do a proper caption.
Caption.
But the caption I put, I'm not sure really
I'll do
was
that today.
effective.
Thank
Fridays, I'm trying to keep my live Fridays intentionally light, like intentionally light. So
Very soon we'll have to put you on the couch and discuss how do you manage
How has it
being
been?
a mother, wife.
it's easier when you have a great team working with you. All right, let me go on a short break. When we return, we'll look at the front pages of the papers. It's still our Valentine's week, and we're discussing love.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Okay, we're going to start with the nation. Governors NSA join forces to battle insecurity and food crisis. We paid $6.2 million on Emefiele's directive, says CBN director. 10 years after 1 billion naira deposit, NEMA yet to get aircraft. Fleeing kidnappers in Ekiti moved to Ondo, Amotekun claims. No plan to tax online content creators, says FIRS. Access Bank workers, we will sustain Wigwe's legacies. Nigeria's oil production up by 177,000 barrels per day in January. And challenges over soon, First Lady assures Nigerians. Okay, which story are we taking?
Should I take NEMA?
Please.
So, according to the Office of the Auditor General of the Federation, in 10 years, the anomalies in the accounts of NEMA, that's the National Emergency Management Agency, is outrageous. Number one, at the top of it all, is that they paid about 1 billion naira for over 10 years, a deposit made to an Israeli company, and that's for an aircraft to use their services, and that aircraft has not been delivered for that 10 years, and that was since 2010. NEMA's defense is that they have secured a judgment in a debt recovery case, but the auditor went on. He says that NEMA also failed to manage to deduct and remit 19.2 million naira as VAT, that's VAT, and withholding taxes from payments made on supplies of relief materials and other services rendered to the agency. It's also said that not only that, they also failed to manage supplies. Well, they said items such as toiletries, mosquito nets, bags of cement, plenty procured for over 3 years before this audit in 2020 were allowed to rot in the warehouse. So you see that some of these stories about food rotting away somewhere is true. They said 96 million naira was paid to a consultant between 2014 and 2017 to acquire some sets for the construction of NEMA zonal offices in Enugu, Lagos, and Kaduna. These items covered by the contract included 3 project vehicles valued at 30 million, 2 demountable partitions for the Enugu and Lagos project sites. And all of this, of course, again, were not, there's no evidence that the items were procured, nor were there records to show. The details are many. Right. Not just what I'm taking, a lot of more. I will spend the whole day reading. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm hopeful that this audit will not end here. An investigation will go into those who benefited from the contracts.
All right.
Okay. I have Access Bank workers. They're saying they will sustain Wigwe's legacies. They said the atmosphere at the office of the Access Holdings Group on Victoria Island was expectantly somber yesterday. They said workers and visitors wore long faces as they moved in and out of the premises. They said some people were dressed in black, some in white. There was a condolence register that was open, and people were allowed to go in and make the register, and put down their messages. Also, media was not allowed to go through the register. I think there were some reporters that were trying to, film the register, and they said, no, management has said that that was not acceptable, which I think that makes sense. Some people are going to be putting in their heartfelt messages and will not want it public. So the report here says that they spoke to a few of the employees who spoke to them anonymously. All of them described him as really hardworking, that he changed, he took Access Bank and made it one of the very powerful banks in our country. They talked about also
quite a lot of other industrialists were in his house to visit his parents. It was a very painful visit. They tried to console. It's inconsolable, but they tried to console. The atmosphere with a knife because it was so intense. Because you can only imagine.
Age of experience.
Yes, lose both the.
Yes, Bolaji Agbede, a woman, Okay, so our president's, the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, was in Kano, where she tried to reassure in Kano. She spoke yesterday when she paid homage to the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero, on her way to inaugurate to Lagos and found that he's not sure what the president's intentions are, but that's a major concern for many of his citizens, and that the pains of the people are really, really sure that their changes are made as soon as possible.
So the major headline is talking about how the governors and the NSA are going to be working together to battle insecurity and food crisis. So Nuhu Ribadu was speaking about the fact that there's a nexus between the security challenges and the food scarcity, and if we're able to resolve one, we can solve the other. He had a meeting with the governors to seek their collaboration, mentioned that 2 state governors were slacking off, but that he's reaching out to them to ensure that they also collaborate with NSA and the security operatives to ensure there's security within the states. Then he spoke to the fact that food is the issue of food scarcity is affecting people, because we noticed that there was protests in Kano and in Niger State, and he was talking about how they would have conversations to ensure that there is more availability of food for people to buy, so that it will reduce the tension within the states. Of course, PDP has okayed, PDP governors have okayed state police, and the NSA mentioned that they will be they had a meeting, an online session, to see how to reform the police, the Nigerian police force, to beef up, to enable them to properly secure Nigeria internally, because really we shouldn't be having the military deployed to every internal security challenge that we're facing, but that's what we seem to be doing now. So I'm hoping that with this, we're hearing a lot from Nuhu Ribadu concerning security, so obviously he understands that there is pressure in the country, and I'm hoping he's able to resolve the issue.
The Punch, we can't take this. Labour's push for a million naira minimum wage. Outages, FG plans sanctions for non-performing discos. Kidnappers kill our driver for talking, says Ekiti school teacher. IMF forecasts $8 billion fall in Nigeria's 2024 foreign reserves. And NAFDAC insists on sachet alcohol ban as hoodlums attack officials. Okay, let's go on a short break. When we come back, we continue.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Republic of Nigeria, Benga Dainka, the first. OJ right here, 7 of 7, like you already know.
Benga right here, 7 of 7, like I'm beginning to know.
It's now time for the question.
You don't scare me one bit. Bata, I go drink. So.
Okay. So now one chance for enter. My first question. Do you remember the names of the winners of that edition of StarQuest?
Of course I do.
Why do you?
And I hate myself for this. Because I have this question for you. Final question. No. Where outside Nigeria and what year? Think you're the only one that can be wicked.
I am thinking because I know back in the day.
Don't think. Answer my question quick. You are thinking too much. I don't like it.
The UK.
Final answer. Okay. I said, God, please, let me to perform outside Nigeria.
Wait.
And God gave me a show in Ghana. Drink, my friend, drink. I don't
overthink this thing. See where I can.
Yes, you overthink them.
I would say you should catwalk.
Let's catwalk. Where are we?
No, that's not catwalking.
That's good.
That's
Thanks for staying with us. Still reviewing Punch. How's the story?
So I have the organized private sector, Ekiti, Sokoto, and other states have faulted the demand by Nigeria Labour Congress for 1 million minimum wage, stating it is not realistic. So the NLC President Joe Ajero in an interview has said organized labour might ask for ₦1 million during the minimum wage negotiations with federal government if the value of naira continues to plummet. The Minister of Information and National Orientation said that the federal government would make a reasonable decision in line with national interest and after due consideration of available resources. The NLC says, in their own defense, they're saying that if you remember, we were contemplating 200,000 at one time, and the exchange rate was about 900 naira at the time. As we talk today, the exchange rate is about 1,400 or even more. Those are the issues that determine the demand, and it's equally affecting the cost of living. And we have also always said that our demand will be based on the cost of living index. He also mentioned that if you agree with me, the bag of rice is about 60,000 to 70,000 now. A bag of locally produced corn is about 56,000 naira or more. So these are all the things that they are looking at, and that's why they have mentioned that particular amount. Of course, we know that they will get to the negotiation table and a number.
So high,
but he also mentioned the fact that the 35,000 minimum wage that was agreed upon in October has not been fully implemented. He says some states did it for maybe a few months and then stopped. Some other states just did it for 1 month and it has not continued. So these are the things that, that they're looking at. They also talked about the no evidence of palliatives for workers, and how this is in line with what is happening in the humanitarian ministry. So definitely on Labour side, there are many issues on ground, valid in my opinion, and then we'll see how government addresses it. But private sector, many state governments are saying this is unrealistic.
Okay.
So I have the power outages. Just before we took this, the Punch, we were talking about it. And the NERC, that's the Nigerian Electricity Regulation Commission, has said that all discos would be valued according to their performances, and if they fall below performance, they only get 50% of their operating expenditure that comes from the Federal Ministry of Finance, according to the, let me quickly get the name of, that's the head of the NERC, Useni is his other name, and he said that, they will be checking their performances. All 11 discos they'll be checking their performances and how power is faring under them to determine who will be getting what. I think that they should also work in collaboration, because they said they would have access to the meters of these discos, and they will measure their performances from there. I'm saying the meter that is from the discos. Ask us, the consumers. I have suffered the way I'm suffering right now. I've not suffered this, outages like this. Last night, we're supposed to be on our turn because it's rationed, and the light was given in 10 minutes, taking 10 minutes, then 6 hours darkness, 10 minutes, 6 hours darkness. That's not power at all. And I would not expect that, such a reading should not go and show that the disco is performing. And also, they should also check these discos who are declaring large profit on how many of their consumers are still on estimated billing. They should make sure that people are only paying for what they use. Those are the things that NERC is set up for.
All right, so IMF is saying that they are predicting that our foreign reserves will drop from $33.1 billion to $24 billion in 2024. They're not even projecting any, they're actually anticipating a more challenging period between this year and 2025. According to them, it says the country's financial account is going to be exacerbated by the absence of new Eurobond issuances and so many other factors they listed. They don't expect full recovery of our economy till about $38 billion by 2028, as the portfolio's inflows were forecasted to to pick up once again from 2028. I don't know how long we can wait till that, but that's IMF speaking anyway. But pretty much they're just saying that things are not just going to get any better this year and next year, anytime soon. That's according to IMF, but we believe that it will get better.
We believe in Jesus Christ.
Yes.
So NAFDAC has moved they've insisted on the ban of sachet alcoholic drinks and any PET bottle less than 200 milliliter. And the Association of Food, Beverages and Tobacco Employers and Distillers and Blenders Association of Nigeria, that they had signed an agreement in 2018 on this matter. That in 2018 they agreed that they were going to phase out over a 5-year period all their sachet alcoholic drinks and any bottle that is any PET bottle less than 200 milliliter. But the association is saying that they signed under duress. That they signed it because they felt that the then Minister of Health told them, that's what he said. They said they signed under duress, and the Minister of Health told them that if they did not sign it, they would have been completely banned immediately. So they signed it, and that there are about 500,000 jobs at risk right now. But NAFDAC is insisting they must do this because many people find it convenient to consume alcohol in sachets. Yes. And you probably don't know the quantity you are consuming. They said it's affecting road users because a lot of people consume these sachets and go on the road. Yes. And then they said children are buying, they find a lot of these sachets in children's school bags and all of that. So and now the enforcers, the NAFDAC enforcement people that are going to the streets to catch, they are being beaten by hoodlums and thugs on the road that you should not collect can you collect our drinks, our sachet drinks. So now we need to find another way to do it. What they can handle is the main producers. They probably will not be able to deal with the consumers. If you take out the products from circulation, from the production perspective, you would reduce it in town. People should buy big bottles.
If retailers don't get it from them, because they are selling it,
so let's deal with the right people. Then don't pack it from the retailers who have put their money into it.
Vanguard, very quickly. Let's find a story we've not taken. Edo Guba ESCO members won't participate in LP's indirect primary, says chairman. Kidnappers from Ekiti, Edo, Kogi invading Ondo, says Amotekun. YFG should consider $1 million as minimum wage, says NLC. Economy, we're almost on way to Venezuela, says PDP governors. Crisis hits Labour Party, Treasurer asks chairman to account for 3.5 billion naira. African Creators Summit, we plan to produce creative economy. And Emir of Kano, to First Lady, tell your husband that Nigerians are suffering. Okay, which story?
Okay, I took a sports story. I mean, in the spirit of AFCON and everything. It's about the Super Eagles coach, the Portuguese handler, as he's been referred to. And the long and short of the story is that his contract will not be renewed. And this was a decision that they said they had actually come to, before the tournament, because the outing of the Super Eagles has not been particularly encouraging anyway. And they had said that whether they had won or lost at AFCON, his contract would not be renewed. They said, in fact, the reason why he even still went to AFCON, because his contract had actually expired, but there were some legalities that had to be sorted out. On the one hand, he said that his tenure had expired, but they said in his contract, he said until after AFCON before he can leave. So that was the only reason why he took them, but he's leaving anyway.
Okay, so we have the Edo Labour Party's indirect primaries. So ESCO members won't participate in the Labour Party's indirect primaries according to the chairman of the Labour Party in Edo State, Kelly Ogbaloy. Ogbaloy says that they have made a decision that ESCO members, office holders, and people already in positions will not be taking part in the primaries, and that there is no level of protest by individual, because there was a protest in February on February 4 by some people who led the protest to the party secretariat protesting to be part of the primary. Said no amount of protest led by faceless individuals will alter the party's arrangement not to enlist party officials as delegates in the primary elections. The party is working in line with its constitution and to ensure that primary elections will be done to produce the party's flag bearer transparently and credibly.
So the PDP governors were speaking in on the economy, and they said that Nigeria is on its way to Venezuela. They said the metrics,
God forbid.
as in exactly what I said.
Reject.
They said we have to just reject it, but they said that the forum is saying, based on the way the economy is going, the devaluation of the naira, the review of the monetary and fiscal policies, that the combination of our food challenges, monetary policies, naira devaluation, all of that is looking too similar to Venezuela, like we're on our way to Venezuela. Now, if you understand what's been happening in Venezuela,
Have you seen those videos?
we don't want to be anywhere near there. But we also shouldn't just say, God forbid. We should look at it. If you go to the market is not as bubbling and as bustling as it used to be. So there is obviously food issues on ground that we need to address, not just say the God forbid parts.
Yeah, and I also remember, I also saw a recording of Emir Sanusi Lamido, and he was saying that, listen, he'll be untruthful if he says that what the government is doing is wrong, because this is something that has been happening for years, and it's just so, these are changes that had to be made. These are difficult times. It's not going to get any easier, but it would be unfair for him to say, listen, they're taking the wrong choices, because any economist will see literally that these are the steps that must be necessary to be taken at this time. They should have taken them years ago, but nobody had the will to do it the way. But right now it's difficult, but there's nothing we can do about this at this time. Really painful indeed. Let's take the Nigerian Tribune. Find a story of not taking how CBN released $6.2 million to pay election observers. Bank director narrates in court. Nigeria almost becoming Venezuela, PDP governors warn. Alleged 6 billion naira Mambila power fraud. Agunloye queries EFCC's power to prosecute him. Enough of killings, declare state of emergency on security, NUT tells Tinubu. All right, which story?
So I have the former Minister of Power, Olu Agunloye. His lawyer, Mr. Adeola Adedikpe, was, before the court pleading an objection, a preliminary objection that his client should not be tried because the activities for which he's being tried were carried out as a public officer, that he was a former minister at the time he awarded the contract for the power plants without budgetary provision, approval, and cash backing. And he said at that time these were not acts of criminality. They were not crimes at the time. They did not constitute financial crime. So the EFCC should not be the one trying him down. But the judge said that, that is not ripe for hearing right now, and he proceeded to hear the matter before him.
Okay, let's go. That's all we can take on Front Page Review this morning. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, go on to our next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Layman, make welcome the one who can make time stand still forever, Mr. Kelechi Amadi. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, my brother.
You love that intro, Abi?
Yeah. It was great.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
We try like that.
Thank you.
Now my question, which I feel is a cheap question.
Oh, go ahead.
What does ISO stand for?
That is it. I think I'll drink.
No, you're joking.
I'm not joking.
Kelechi Amadi. No. She, you didn't whine me. You're whining me now.
I think I'll drink.
Huh?
No problem.
Okay.
I've always known it as ISO. I never bothered to know what it means. I know what it means, but I never bothered to know what the acronym is. Tell me the brand of camera that I use, so much so that I even became an ambassador. That's very easy. It's out there.
It's supposed to be, yeah.
I just said, look, I give you this one. as a token of my appreciation.
Sony.
Drink!
I'm not done. You did not say final
This
answer.
final answer.
You did not ask me if that was my final
You don't
answer.
have any choice again. It's only
Nikon.
how many cameras do they have? My
Nikon.
friend to drink. I gave you a very easy something.
Nikon now. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome pioneer positive force member, dancing queen of the 80s, non-conformist, Afrobeat historian in her right, and long-standing member of the multiple award-winning all-female show Your View, Omoyeni, Yeni, Anikulapo Kuti, aka YK Power! Ginger,
Take it. Yeah,
today we'll go here.
Hey, I don't read you.
Are you sure?
Ha. I'm not here to answer questions. I'm here to drink.
We're in trouble today.
Wait be your age.
I was close now.
Eh?
I said 1975.
He said 73. He said 75.
I confirm.
Fellas wasn't even born till 75.
So will I drink half?
You go drink. Take. Make I help you. Russian.
No be half. I try.
Which half? You will make me drink. I'll give you a hint.
Lights in no. Nepa Road. Nepa Road in Abeokuta.
First of all, my brain cannot memorize everything.
A big black bug.
A big black dog.
Bug. A big black bug.
Oh, sorry. A big.
It don't start.
Ọmọ ọmọ Fẹlá. Ọmọ Anikulapo Kuti. Wọ́n rò pé kí ni kékeré yìí.
It's by audition. It's not by audition.
Thanks for staying with us. So joining us on the show to speak on the season of massive love. He's the head of sales and marketing of Rolad Properties and Allied Services, Oludotun Olaoye. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Such a pleasure to have you.
Yes, thank you. I'm happy to be here again.
So what's unique about this love season for Rolad Properties?
A season of massive
When you
love.
read that self.
Yes, no, I have to represent. So it's a season of massive love. So we thought about it. If you look at everything that is happening, the purchasing power of people has reduced. And so people are calculating. Instead of me to do this, I'd rather not do anything than do something and I don't have much money for other things, right? And no matter how you look at it, in times like this, real estate is still one of the top real assets that you can acquire, right? It is even in times like this that people should be bold enough and courageous enough to take a step to owning a real asset. But then, in this time of season of love that we are all celebrating, there are still people who want to do something for their loved ones, who wants to go all out to show how much they care. So we are like, how can we make sure that you can eat your cake and also have it? That in this season, you can actually chase 2 rats and catch the 2. You know, they tell you that you cannot chase 2 rats and catch one. But we are saying that that's why it is massive. You can actually chase 2 rats and catch the 2 in this season, which is why we say that you can own a property and also have what you need to take care of your loved one in this season. So, you know, you can spend money and the money is spent. But in this season, we are saying you spend money and that money is actually kept, right? So that is what the season of massive love is all about. How can you take the step you've always wanted to take, and at the same time, you are still able to take care of your loved one in this period?
So how do people get to partake in this?
Okay, so it's very simple. So we are saying that in this season of massive love at Rolad Properties, you buy a plot of property from us, from any of our estate, Ashworth Gardens at Ekpe, that I've talked about on number of occasions on this show, or Iderade serviced plot, or First Fountain Court in Abidjan GRA, and you get 500,000 naira shopping voucher for yourself. That doesn't expire. So if you are the type of person that is very conservative, I mean, you can still spend this for another 1 month, 2 months on small stuff, right? And if you want to blow it at once, you blow it on your loved one at once. But you wake up February 15, knowing fully well that you have taken care of your loved one, and you have also kept something for yourself. So we are saying that when you buy a plot in Ashworth Gardens, Ekpe, right, which is one of the fastest, rapidly growing locations in Lagos State right now, for 4.5 million, you are going to get 500K shopping voucher. And there's something for everybody. I just want to do initial deposit, no problem. With an initial deposit of 500,000 naira, you still get a 50,000 naira shopping voucher. So we are saying that this is the time for us to also give while you are taking that major step in your real estate journey.
Okay, could you tell us again, this promo is available for which of your projects? So
it is not only on Ashworth Gardens, Ekpe. You also get this when you subscribe to our Iderade serviced plot at Mowe. This is a beautiful project that is a CFO documentation, is within a living community, right? Buying a plot outrightly also gives you 500,000 naira shopping voucher. And when you pay an initial deposit of $1 million, you also get your 50,000 naira shopping voucher. The same thing when you subscribe to our First Fountain Court project at Abidjan GRA. You know, there's 2-bed apartment there. There is 3-bedroom terrace duplex there. And also you get this mouth-watering offer. You know, we cannot overemphasize the need for people to begin to look at diversifying their portfolio, right? The money that you are holding will finish. So the question I am asking people is that, what are you going to do to make sure that there is something that you can fall back on? Is it, at the same time, I've said it before, you know, our audience that are listening outside of Nigeria and all of that, this is the time to also take advantage of currency exchange to increase their real estate portfolio. I know you've had many, but one more doesn't hurt. Right? I think I listened to one of your shows where you got an alert from somebody, from your great-grandfather that you were not even aware, and you are still enjoying the dividend. I don't know whether you got the one for 2024. You know, that is how great, you know, tying a real estate asset down now, because it transcends you. It goes, you know, to your third, fourth generation. And the scripture also supports it, that you leave an inheritance for your children's children. Amen. So while we are celebrating love, let's also tie something down. And we are here to help you do that conveniently.
So I want to ask you about when the promo is ending. And people are probably wondering what's the timeline for them to take advantage of this promo?
We have this whole of February to enjoy this promo. But the vouchers don't expire. So the vouchers are not expiring this February. But we have the whole of this February to take advantage of this ongoing promo. You can reach out to us on our website, www.roladproperties.com, on our IG page at Rolad Properties Ltd. Call the numbers on your screen to make further inquiries, right? Before I wrap up on that is also that we still have the Top Grange Farm Estate Scheme that is ongoing. That one has been saving lives since 1900, right? You are owning a piece of real estate asset and you are getting a yearly dividend, if you like to call it that way, that is guaranteed. You know, I was still attending to someone yesterday and he was asking questions that, you know, the way the weather now and all of that, and I'm saying that, you know what, this is a guaranteed return on farm investment to you, right? As a matter of fact, everything that binds us to the obligation is released to you, right? You subscribe to the Top Grange Farm Estate, you get your land document, you get everything that is binding, that commit the guaranteed income to you. And why are we able to do that? Is because we have ensured the end-to-end process easily. This season, we want people to be able to enjoy their time with their loved ones.
Fantastic.
While, you know, being able to, you know, they've saved up some money for this tomorrow now. Money has been saved up since last year. So why not use that money to hold down a real estate asset? Let us give you what you need to take care of your...
Thank you very much, Mr. Rolad Properties. Wishing you all the best. It's always a pleasure having you.
Yes, I'll be expecting your calls.
You've mastered the timing, so you always put all the information within the timing. Well done, well done. And happy Valentine. So how are you spending Valentine?
Yeah, we're doing this.
I'm talking about personally, Jerry.
And my clients are...
Your
You know why
your Valentine.
Why you don't have a Valentine? Is Rolad Properties your Valentine?
There's Valentine.
Are you, Mr. Dotun, celebrating Valentine with somebody?
Yes.
Okay, who is the person? Tell us now.
Right, yeah, right. Rolad.
Okay, thank you very much. This is the last time, no problem. We just close it up.
Yes.
Okay, let's go on a short break now. When we come back, we continue with the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known, for when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
Ikechukwu Sunday Okonkwo, aka Cross. Now your intro without
Wow. So there's a name that thing that's
I'm just drinking because you say I should drink. There's no particular answer.
You think it's only that can be wicked?
What's the answer?
Subterfuge.
Eh?
Yeah. They claim you did, but you said it just happened. That
And it's called what again?
Subterfuge.
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 So you look me finish from head to toe. You look at a person who go know what to be called such. Yeah?
The nude wasn't like a game plan. Or...
I promise you, it was actually a mistake.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the one who can make time stand still forever, Mr. Kelechi Amadi. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, my brother.
You love that intro, Abby?
Yeah. It was great.
Okay.
Thank you.
We try like that.
Thank you.
Now my question, which I feel is a cheap question.
Oh, go ahead.
What does ISO stand for?
That is it. I think I'll drink.
No, you're joking.
I'm not joking.
Kelechi Amadi. No. Shay, you didn't whine me. You're whining me now.
I think I'll drink. Huh? No problem.
Okay.
I've always known it as ISO. I never bothered to know what it means. I know what it means, but I never bothered to know what the acronym is. Tell me the...
Thanks for staying with us. It's still the season of love, and by this time we're expecting to have our guests who will be coming in a bit later and talk about love, Valentine, relationships, just the whole works. But first, I'd like to even ask the ladies what their plans are for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a big day for many people who celebrate Valentine, and also open our phone lines to hear from Nigerians. What are your plans? Some people don't celebrate Valentine. It's fine, but let's just maybe remove the word Valentine. Say, what are you how are you celebrating love tomorrow? Tomorrow is a day that is significant for many who like to express their love to their significant others in different ways. So what are your plans for tomorrow? Share with us. You can call us on 081 0764 1679 090 241 63440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. I know that on our show some years back, we had our husbands do stuff for us on Valentine's, it was cute, Since then, I'm not sure we've done anything else like that. But,
No, we had our, last year, 2 years ago.
It was last year.
It was last year, our February Valentine
event. Yes,
that was lovely as well. And our husband.
That was really nice. Our husband showed up. That was really nice. We have no plans this year.
No.
Just this couch
thing. The economy is economy.
The economy. Because there's no way you invite anybody who show up. They just say, Auntie, please just stay here.
It's free.
Exactly. But yeah, let me come to you.
So usually in my house, I will not say celebrate it, but we acknowledge the day, and especially with the children, we tend to give them gifts just to make sure that they know that they are loved first by their mother and their father. We would buy maybe a little a small size cake, or give them a card or something. The children, especially my daughter, she'll make some things from paper and things like that. My husband and I have always just acknowledged the day. He tends to go out of his way. Maybe he would organize some sort of outing or dinner if it's like a weekend. And if it's during the week, just, something to just say, I acknowledge that day. And I learned that from him. It was not something that I had, so it was in marriage that I had that. And I appreciate it, It's, I know that we celebrate love every day.
Yeah.
But when someone takes the time out on a particular day to just express it, especially for you, I think it just...
The lamb chop she got yesterday.
Yes, and I wasn't expecting him. So I was quite surprised, and everything was a surprise. So it was
That's
lovely.
cute. I didn't realize how much I loved until recently. I just started watching a lot of romantic movies, and I go, then I remember that I used to love back then. When I was in university, I used to really be a romantic person, not romantic in maybe relationship, but I just loved the idea of
being in love,
being showered with love. So the feelings started coming back. I'm like, okay, why did I not? Where did this attitude of I don't care about this to
His
come?
mothers raising children,
this kind of thing.
Life was
lifing me. So gradually, it's just coming up back. Let me come. Nima, I know you don't celebrate Valentine, but how is love?
How is love doing?
I would really love to be loved this period.
Oh, you need some love, you need some hugs.
I'm really tired. I just want to be pampered. I was saying to my husband this morning that, can somebody just worry about me and let me stop worrying about everybody driving like mad to school, to see my daughter coming back home, to so many things Nima has to do. And growing up the way I was raised, if I don't do the things I need to do, I feel irresponsible. There's no just letting it be to sort itself for me. I sort it out if I have to take, yes.
You know, I read a post yesterday.
But I recently felt being taken for granted because, you know, you do things for people who you would expect to do it themselves. And when you don't do it, then they don't refer to it. They just kind of move on. I'm like, see, imagine. So recently, I've just been in that space.
Where you need love and pampership.
Yes. I love the
pampership.
I need pamperment.
Pamperment and pampership. Please. Somebody has gotten the brief. Don't worry. They will let him know what he should do.
We will let him know. All of us.
For me, I'm not big on the Valentine's Day. And I won't even say, I think I'm not big on marking dates generally. I never did it as a child, or in my teenage years, I never got all those Valentine boxes and stuff. I think when I started working in TVC, my husband sent a box once or twice. I loved the idea, but I prefer we celebrate each other every day. But when you were talking about the kids, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I would let them do something. What I have in the past 2 years been doing more intentional about is, I've been more intentional about doing it, is verbalizing my emotion and appreciating and celebrating the love of my life, my wonderful husband. So I intend to do like a message, like celebrating him. He loves it. I would tell him what I love about him, what I love about what he does to me, and I've already not done an announcement now on TV, so he knows I'm going to do that. So I do that. I'll just acknowledge, I love when you do this, and I love how it makes me feel, because it makes me feel like you think about me. So I've been doing that more often, and that's my... And I realize if it gets to him, more than the gift or all of those things. So I think it's important to do...
I'm laughing because my husband has tried it a few times. You send me a random romantic message, I'll be like, excuse me, what's happening? Why? This is not in keeping with our pattern. What is new? You are just not... you are not a serious person.
I think once you know what the person wants, you give the person what he wants. So one of my needs now is a weekend away. Just let me sleep, wake up, massage, spa.
Even if it's not a let it not be my responsibility to me. You know, okay, my husband is high on kind words. So thank you, Nima. No, Nima, life without you. You know, all those thank you. You don't fuck up, don't fuck. Yes, I'm not kind words.
You want acts of service?
Yes, I want acts of service. And it's not, he's marrying two of us, his work and me, and but one person dragging the other side is not really fair.
I wanted to share a story, but I'm not sure it's the right kind of story for this season. I don't want to dampen the mood. Okay. But it was just it actually inspired me a lot when I read that story about a woman who worked so hard. You know the story?
I read the story.
That was my head. So as long as we're all on the same page. So just for me, I have to go buy the kids. The kids having Agape Day in school. I have to go and buy gifts for them. I forgot about that. People have been reminding me every day. So today, I have to go buy the gift for their friends. So I have twins again.
Can we discuss that?
Yes.
Because we were talking about this earlier.
We should stop the school from
making parents buy gifts. Mayam gave an amazing suggestion.
I was like, especially in primary school, let the children be creative. Get a piece of paper, cardboard paper, let them come up with something. Don't encourage this going to buy things, especially you have to make the parents buy. Encourage, let them also look for these words themselves, put them together and send them to their loved ones. That's what we should encourage, not constantly send them money, let us go and buy something. It's not commercializing even children.
Showing love.
I know.
My son wanted to do Teacher's Day gift for his teacher, and I thought about sending new notes. So I always keep new notes for those kind of purposes. And my husband was like, send her a gift. You have new hijabs. Always have hijabs. Send her something like that. But the little boy just took out a note. Exactly what they did on my 40th. Both of them just kept writing notes on. I have like 10 pages each of how mommy touched their lives. And he did a note to her.
That's it.
She said the moment he gave it to her in class, all his classmates wrote something about her. And that really was what touched her. You don't really know. Sometimes
I think it's
monetizing.
That should be you to them, not through your child.
Right. Cool. So we're expecting our guests very soon. We're going to open our phone lines. I'd like to hear from Nigerians. What are you guys doing tomorrow? 081-0764-1679, 0902416344. That's the number to call. Do we have any tweets?
I remember my first Valentine.
Any tweets?
Just us.
Please, so.
The first Valentine with your husband, I'm
Which
assuming.
husband? So I had
Are we allowed?
Your first conscious Valentine.
my small husband. It was my neighbor's baby, Olusholakwe. I was taking care of him, and it was Valentine that year. He kept telling his mom, I need to give Auntie Yima gifts. Guess what? It was a shop anti-perspirant spray.
Okay.
He made her go shopping and but because I loved using that back then in school, and then he got me that. I was like, small Sholakwe was about 4-year-old at the time.
Talking about that, I remember in secondary school, I was not...
Me too.
I did not receive any cards, nothing, but we had those girls that...
They were getting teddy bears.
That were all the teenage boys just loved them. So you see the one you get pink, then she get red. One person will get cakes.
Yeah.
So that's
a particular girl. I know her name. I won't mention her name right now. She used to get all the gifts. But I had one teenage experience, only one, and that was like probably like before I got married. That was the only experience I had. I would never forget it. That was those days when Sweet Sensation was very popular.
Okay.
If you didn't get a cake from Sweet Sensation, then you did not got Valentine.
In Lagos.
That was the place. If you don't get... So then the guy was in school. He came to me. I think I was in Lesson or something. I can't remember what it was. Came with the cake, with the teddy bear, with the bottle of wine. I just felt really special. He came and he was like, oh my God. I will never forget that day. It was after my accident. That memory did not get lost because it was still there, So after that, really, nothing really ever happened until...
But please, who said that it has to be like cake, wine, chocolate?
These
like
movies
who created
Hollywood,
marketers.
Yeah, marketers.
Yes.
And that for me is the real annoying part, is the fact that it has to... Don't put a... and I think it also, the protesting part of me, like, I don't do Christmas decoration in my house, and my kids would complain till tomorrow. No, it's not really about that. Because I'm doing a parenting class now, I'm going to do something, but it won't be Christmas decoration. We would pick somebody picked it for me. I'll define my family tradition and create my family tradition as it suits me, not based on what they say. So everybody might do a birthday, and I'll make a big deal about their birthdays, or make a big deal about, and I choose to make that my ceremony, and it might not necessarily be a cake, because at the end of the day, many women are going to get cakes they will not eat. Like they don't don't need the cake, or they don't want the cake, or they don't want chocolates. Maybe what I would really love is something else. Maybe get me a shoe or get me a wristwatch, so that's like, don't just wine, chocolates, the typical, stereotypical thing that.
What if I got you a card? Is that okay?
Yeah, but I loved your notes. It was personalized.
Yeah.
Yes, and even for I like personalized. Like, think of me and think of something that is me, and give me. Not generic for everybody, because you've called, somebody has marketed you and come to harass you. Then you now say, okay, let me even buy this box for my wife. We know those kind of boxes.
Okay.
I don't like being called fights me.
Right, we're still trying to kill some time to wait for our guests, but let's go on a short break. When we come back, hopefully our guests will be in by now. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome pioneer Positive Force member, dancing queen of the 80s, non-conformist, Afrobeat historian in her right, and long-standing member of the multiple award-winning all-female show Your View, Omoyeni Yeni Anikulapo Kuti, aka YK Power! Ginger.
Take it.
Today we'll go here.
Hey, I don't read you.
Are you sure?
I know I'm not here to answer questions, I'm here to drink.
We're in trouble today.
Wait till your age.
I was close now.
I
said 1975.
He said 73. He said 75. Fellas wasn't even born till 75.
So will I drink half?
You go drink. Take. Make I help you. Russian.
No be half.
Which half? You will make me drink. I'll give you a hint.
Lights in no. Nepa Road. Nepa Road. Never road in Abeokuta.
First of all, my brain cannot memorize everything.
A big black bug.
A big black dog.
Bug. A big black bug.
Oh, sorry. A big.
It don't start.
Ọmọ Fẹlá. Ọmọ Aníkúlá Pókùtì. Wọ́n rò pé kí ni kékeré yìí.
It's my eldest son. It's not my eldest son.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known, for when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century, speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Not just to work with.
Yes, that's on that angle.
So Leifa had a very, very interesting.
You wouldn't want to work with who?
There's no judgment.
No, and I
they'll
respect,
judge you
I
definitely,
respect
but we
this
won't judge
certain
you.
type of people. But what I dislike so much is when they tend to come to work and then they pour all their
Resentment from
on
whom?
you. Is it me that offended you? I'm not the one. I have no business. My just come out with you, pay me at the end of the month, and let me go back to my house in peace and sleep. But when it comes to like divorced people, I cannot work with a divorcee. I can't see myself doing that. If I find out, if you can hide it or not, but if I find out,
When they're nice divorcees.
I would just
What
be.
if they are nice?
Okay, now it depends. If you are nice, cool. But if you are the type that you don't know how to keep your anger to yourself, you always pour it on somebody. Well, I'll not drop my resignation letter, no matter the amount you are paying me.
So it's more passive-aggressive people.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm so sorry.
Oh, definitely.
And I cannot work with stingy people.
See this one.
Because you cannot be passing me in the morning, afternoon. I can say, oh, hi, yeah, I'm okay. Oh, yeah, take 100 naira,
It's
take
your
10K,
employer, not your sugar
take
daddy,
15K.
no.
You don't have to be my sugar daddy or sugar mommy. See, the way you treat others is the way they will treat you outside. And if you cannot treat your workers well.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing love, relationships, especially because it's Valentine's season. This entire week is about love. We're also expecting our guests who should be here very soon, in less than 10 minutes. But while we're waiting for them, it's also a good time to remind us that there was a report we saw says that some residents in Lagos State have raised concerns over the increasing cost of condoms, saying it will lead to unsafe sex and unintended pregnancies among citizens. This has become a cause for concern because this season, people always feel it's a season to be intimate and explore and try new things, especially teenagers. They're young people. They're 18. The last few months, they're 18, they're dating, they're 16. Is this their experimental season? Or they feel the love, they feel I'm in a relationship, he loves me, I love her, you know. And many of them are getting involved in unprotected intimacy. So I think it's important for us as parents to also keep an eye out for these. I mean, adults, you can't do more than adults, but when young people are indulging because they feel that this is the season of expression, we also need to...
If condom is expensive, because they can decide that it's too expensive. The only time I got bitten in secondary school, in senior secondary school, was the day after Valentine's Day. So they took note of everybody that left school early. So me, I did not have boyfriend though. But my friend had boyfriend, and she did not want to go to the boyfriend's house alone. So she carried me to prevent anything, anyhow touch from happening. And me too, I now followed. Immediately after all of us left, because it's as if they knew a lot of us were going to leave school early. They now did a roll call in school, wrote down everybody's name. Those of us that were not in school that day, the next day, we were going to collect a whooping. So I went there to...
Protect her honor.
Yeah, so I went to protect her honor because I didn't want her to get... I didn't want her to get...
Yeah.
All right. I didn't want her to get beaten.
Yeah.
Anyway. So I didn't want her to get beaten, and I mean, I didn't want her to get
Yeah.
She didn't want to get into something she didn't want to get into. And she felt that the guy had been giving her a lot of, how will I put it, had been putting her under pressure. So there was an expectation that if she goes there, something was going to happen. When we got to the house, they started playing blues. Like all those Boys to Men. No, it was.
Yeah,
it was
Boys
all
to
those
Men.
Boys to Men. It was set the mood.
Yeah.
And then when the guy saw that she came with me, the guy now brought in his friend so that the friend will keep me busy while he can have time with the it was I will cross the ocean for you. Oh, I will go and bring you the moon. Oh,
those days.
Some of us, it did not go anywhere. But I really used to connect with those songs. Like, where would I get a love like this? That will cross the ocean for me. I will go and bring me the moon.
And
what?
I think it's literal.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I was listening to Mariah Carey and I was thinking to myself, listen, when I was young, I felt she was talking about the love of her life, and it was as if, oh my goodness, you're going to be forever.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm thinking, okay, fast forward 20, 25 years, everybody has moved on with their lives. You're like, what happened to the guy you were singing to? You know, so it's like these things can be really, really misleading for young people.
Of my younger Valentine's Day, so we knew there was no way we had getting Valentine's. I had guy friends, and our business was Valentine policing. So we policed all our teenage friends who had Valentines, and Valentine's, how the mistakes happened. And one of the songs would be this Boys to Men, this West something Boys.
Westlife.
I will die for you, lay down my life for you, and all of that. So we'll be busy with a lie, no go die for you.
Jodeci. All my life.
I was someone like you. Oh, all these songs. Where are love songs now, though? We're not in love again now. Or what is happening?
That the fantasy was overrated. The day after, all the ribbons and the plastic flowers and the teddy bears, I can open next morning that
what has gone has gone.
I remember we were rubbing some shoulders and be like, but I tell you, I know they hear what. You know that these things. Let's just wait. So please, for those that are watching, we have certain stories we want to share. We need to share, but let's let the celebration finish.
Yes.
Please be very responsible in how you're celebrating this love that you think.
And those who have, go ahead.
Yeah. Don't allow yourself to be put under undue pressure to get intimate with a boy because you feel you've been in a relationship with him for a while. He's bought you gifts and everything. Don't do that. He's doing what he's meant to do, which is to hunt and hunt. You do what you're meant to do. Do not be intimidated or put under pressure, because that's a lot of people, especially I think we're talking to very young people, especially those in secondary school, you hear these stories, these songs, you take them so literally. You think that, yes, when he leaves me, I'm going to faint and die. You will not faint and die. I promise you. All of us, we thought there was one point in our life, we thought we'd faint and die, but we are sitting down here strong, so you'll be fine. Enjoy it. Go out with your friends. Make it a friend thing. Hang out with them. And then concerning the condom, so this one, I guess we're talking to much older people. I'm sure by now you're wise enough to know that you will put that money together for the condom. I don't care how much it is. 1, STDs. 2, unwanted babies at this time. You can see what the economy is doing. Do you want to put the cost of condom or the cost of school fees? Which one is better? So put that in perspective, please, as we celebrate this.
Let me take a call from my boy. And where is it? Thanks for calling. You're live. Oh, I'm so sorry. We'd like to hear from Nigerians what they're planning for Valentine's. It would be really nice to hear if our Nigerian men are changing. Yes, we don't want to do the stereotypical chocolates and stuff, but you should do something special to your wife. So please call us. Let us know what you're doing for your spouses. Either you're taking them out to dinner, you're going dancing, you're doing shopping spree, you're going having dinner in Japan, coming back tomorrow morning. You can fly out tonight to Dubai and come back on Thursday. Stuff like that.
Although I feel that this message should be for women, and men have been protesting for a long time now. They do all these huge gestures, and they will give them boxers.
No more boxers.
No more boxers. So the question should be really to the ladies, what are you doing differently this year?
What can you
There's some social media pages I've seen where men are saying, these are the sort of things you can get me, auntie. Enough of those boxers. I haven't them enough. So there are different sort of gifts.
All right.
Does your person like like to read, get them a collection of books. That's a nice thing.
All right, let me take Yemi. Good morning, Yemi. Thanks for calling.
Hi, good morning.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Deyemi. So I'm calling to say happy Valentine's in advance to my husband.
Nice.
And on the 15th, which is next tomorrow, will be our 4th year anniversary.
Congratulations, 4th.
Thank you. My 4th year anniversary.
Wow, fantastic.
So concerning the gifts and plans, I already intend to prepare a favorite meal. I've ordered, they're asking for a laptop stand, which I've ordered already, and I hopefully will get delivered tomorrow.
Fantastic.
And I also got cufflinks for him. So I'm just looking forward to tomorrow and a beautiful marriage after.
Fantastic. Well, Yemi's got a plan down. We'd like to hear from more women. Tell us what
Planned something because some of us we did not plan.
You, did you make any plan anything?
He's just writing my WhatsApp message. And please don't send me forwarded WhatsApp messages. Many people on that Valentine's Day, when so me, when I was in school, I did not have boyfriend. We were SU, no trouser, no earrings kind of thing. So, and in that season, I had like, I was in Yabatek and there were 3 other people in my room. I was the only one that wasn't in a relationship. I was the only one that was, on Valentine's Day, was alone. So the other person came back and we now, on the Valentine's Day, we were happy. The second day, we now found out that they sent the same message to, that was Blackberry Messenger. Hey, so the same person, they forwarded the same love notes to 3 different people. And don't be doing that.
That's terrible.
Our men, please, you can do better. Just, just put a little bit of creativity.
Yeah, I think I've shared my own before. Usually, when in my adult, so the experience I had was when I was 16. That was in Nigeria. But I think when I when I became an adult, all my boyfriends break up. I mean, we meet after Valentine's and we break up always.
Before the next Valentine.
No, there's never been a relationship that meets Valentine. Never.
Some people are in that
Till I got
category,
married,
so they'll feel good.
Never,
they are consoled
ever.
that they're not alone. So, but Maya needs to share that story because somebody is watching right now and has never had a relationship during Valentine's, and the person feels weird, so they will not get consolation for the fact that I'm not alone, and she still got married, and she's
Victor, let me take Victor.
Deliberately.
Well, it could be deliberate. It could be fact that my relationships are usually very short. It doesn't last.
Not going to the other room.
You don't waste time. Once you are not seeing here, Uncle start going. I think I have Victor. Thanks for calling. You're live.
All right. Good morning.
I can't hear you, Victor. Hello, Victor. Are you there?
All right. My name is Victor.
I need some volume. Go ahead. Okay, all right. So let's take a few comments on social media, then we wrap up.
Niki says, Morenike Mafe says, Valentine's ended in my adolescence. In fact, there's never been a gift exchange in my 2 decades of matrimony. I don't make a fuss about it because to me, wedding anniversary is what I expect to be acknowledged. But I am a romantic, Sha.
So as long as wedding anniversary, that's another big deal. I think it is worth celebrating your wedding anniversary, even if you don't get to do anything grand.
Mine is next week.
Okay, good.
Oh, yikes.
I was surprised that it did not pass. That's the
19. What day? Today is 13th, right?
13th.
It's in 7 days' time. Okay, so next week Tuesday, I believe, 19th. Okay.
Thank God.
You gotta plan something. I'll think of something. Okay, I'm told our guest is here now. So you want to say something very quickly?
Yes, I was going to talk about Galentine. So
Yes,
it's for girls,
girls
single girls that want to celebrate Valentine. There's no man in your life.
Never heard that.
But you're a girl and you're happy, you're living your single life happy. It's not like you're pining for anyone, but you want to also celebrate it. So you get yourself gifts, you take yourselves out like girls. Yesterday, when I picked up my daughter from school, she was like, Mommy, I'm doing like a Galentine card for me and my girls. I said,
girls. Which girls?
She's just...
She was asking me, Mommy, am I your Valentine or your Galentine? I say, I'm your Valentine.
I'm your Valentine.
Let's go on a short break until our guest is here. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the one who can make time stand still forever, Mr. Kelechi Amadi. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, my brother.
You love that intro, Abi.
It was great.
Okay,
Thank you.
We try like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now my question, which I feel is a cheap question.
Oh, go ahead.
What does ISO stand for?
That is it. I think I will drink.
No, you're joking.
I'm not joking.
No. Shay, you didn't whine me. You're whining me now.
I think I will drink.
Huh?
No problem.
Okay.
I've always known it as ISO. I never bothered to know what it means. I know what it means, but I never bothered to know what the acronym is. Tell me the brand of camera that I use, so much so that I even became an ambassador. That's very easy. It's out there.
It's supposed to be, yeah.
I just said, let me give you this one as a token of my appreciation.
Sony.
Drink!
I'm not done. You did not say final answer.
It's final answer.
You did not ask me if that was my final answer.
You don't have any choice again. It's only
Nikon.
How many cameras do they have? My
Nikon.
friend to drink. I gave you a very easy something.
Nikon now.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
It's not just where, but who wouldn't you want to work with?
Yes, that's on that angle.
So Leifa had a very, very interesting...
You wouldn't want to work with who?
There's no judgment.
No, and I
Oh, they'll
respect,
judge you
I
definitely,
respect
but we
this
won't judge
certain type of people. But what I dislike so much is when they tend to come to work and then they pour all their
Resentments from
on
who?
you. Is it me that offended you? I'm not the one. I have no business. My just come and work with you, pay me at the end of the month, and let me go back to my house in peace and sleep. But when it comes to like divorced people, I cannot work with a divorcee. I can't see myself doing that. If I find out, if you can hide it or not, but if I find out,
When they're nice divorcees.
I would just
What
be.
if they are nice?
Okay, now it depends. If you are nice, cool. But if you are the type that you don't know how to keep your anger to yourself, you always pour it on somebody. Well, I'll just drop my resignation letter, no matter the amount you're paying me.
So it's more passive-aggressive people.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm so sorry.
Oh, definitely.
And I cannot work with stingy people.
See this one.
Because you cannot be passing me in the morning, afternoon. I can say, oh, yeah, I'm working. Oh, yeah, take 100 naira,
If
take
your employer, not
10K,
your sugar
take
daddy,
15K. You don't have to be my sugar daddy or sugar mommy. See, the way you treat others is the way they will treat you outside. And if you cannot treat your workers well, they are not a good boss. If you cannot be dashing me small thing or giving me donuts when I'm working, you are not a good person.
Thanks for staying with us. So our guest is Deyemi Okolawon, a famous Nigerian film, television, theater, and voice actor. He has featured in so many Nigerian blockbusters, and he's releasing his brand new Cha-Cha movie. Welcome, Deyemi, to the studio.
You're welcome.
We're discussing love this week, and I know your movie is just apt for this season, the perfect all's fair in love. But I know we're good. Before we came on, we're talking about the fact that condoms have gotten so expensive, 200% increase. So we're trying to speak to somebody from NACA to give us some insights into how to protect ourselves this season. So once I get her on, then I'll have to come back to you. But let's just come to you first. How are you doing? Woo! Congratulations in advance.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We had the premiere of All's Fair in Love last night, and for the first time, the world got to see what we've been working on for so many months. It's been a labor of love, a real labor of love, and I'm happy that we are presenting to Nigerians a special Valentine's gift because we need it.
Yes.
Nigerians have gone through a lot.
Yes, we have.
Over the last 1 year and a few days ago. So we need this, something that will take away the stress, something that will make life a little bit softer. And All's Fair in Love is just the perfect Valentine's movie.
I'm happy that we have this because, every time it's Valentine's or Imbo, we bombard us with all the Valentine movies.
Yeah.
We don't have like our own Valentine. There are a couple of others, but it's good to see that we have more. And now, you're the heartthrob of Nigerian movie industry. When we see you, when we see Timini, we know love is inside.
What a combination.
Yes, what a combination. So I'm expecting sizzling chemistry, things that will, what are we going to see that, we'll refer to it in 5 years. I'm like, that movie, that line. You know how we watch Pretty Girl and like there was that line that they said.
Yeah.
Is that what we're expecting?
There's a lot to expect. There's a lot to, we put in everything. We put in everything. And I just think that, and I think I overheard you talking about single people, and I realized that we need to learn self-love. You don't have somebody loving you, love yourself. And one of the best ways to love it is go and watch a good, wholesome movie, and enjoy yourself. So everybody, be you're dating, you're married, go and watch the film. Because if you're married, you learn how to love and love and love and love again.
Yeah, I'm imagining Kule Remi watching Miriam call you heartthrob of Nigeria and the Yimu.
And you know the Yimu.
And the Yimu. So what did you do with him in this movie? Did they or how?
Oh, Kule couldn't make it to this film. We tried. We worked through schedules.
He was busy getting married.
He was planning a whole wedding. We couldn't allow it then.
Yeah.
So what's the cast like? Who are those that made the
First and foremost, I'd like to special shout out to Kunle Bantefa, who I worked with for the first time when I was 9 years old. Wow. And I just knew I wanted to, reenact that scenario. He played my father when I was 9 for a TV commercial. Wow. Yes, and then I said, my first film, this man's going to play my father again. Yeah. I can't tell you how many years later. Make my age no forecast. But then there was Ireti Doll as well. Amazing. She just brought energy, into the film. And then Juliet Ibrahim, played Kunle Bantefa's new wife. We had Timini.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm told the clip is ready, so we might as well just watch it ourselves.
Okay.
Let's see.
And I mean that in the nicest way.
You with me, and then you just run.
It's always a pleasure doing business with you. Who's the winner again? First rule of success, don't talk too much. I'm not happy. Lily?
Tony can stop Google Design Time. She tell us a new set of design.
Last year we did 200 million naira in sales. We spent even more than that.
Your father is willing to invest money in your company.
Not interested. We need to raise money. But isn't that what the business consultant that we're trying to hire is supposed to fix? We wait until we find one.
To make DK the #1 clothing line in Nigeria.
You don't think we're #1 already?
Be intentional about international collaborations.
What are your international connections?
To break into the international market, you need the right links. It can be expensive, it can be difficult. This is where I come in.
Well, I got no bad at all. Like her. I would like to work with her. You like her? You know she's going to be working for us, so we can't even like her.
We need to
Between you and I,
Secret lover?
just until we sign the papers.
Don't talk to me in that condescending manner.
Ah, I like that.
Hey, I'll go settle the matter.
Let me let you jump in here.
So I see there's a lot of suspense in the promo. Like, I want to understand there's a love play between one lady playing two friends or siblings or all of that, and I want to see how that plays out. But on-screen chemistry, how do you guys pull it off? Like, I can even understand when Timini does it, but like but you know now, you're a father
And a husband.
and a husband. You cannot be doing this because people will be catching feeling for you now inside this. But how was that like to create the on-screen chemistry?
For me, there's something I've done since inception, since I started working as an actor. You see, those feelings have to be real. They don't translate.
Yeah, we know now.
The question is, where are the feelings coming from, right? I've been married for 11 years. And what I just do is I take the feeling that I have
for your wife,
my wife, for real, and I just project it. And that's what they see.
No,
I mean, I think that's what we see. Because to be honest, I'm telling you, there are times you're working with people you don't even like. And you still have to have chemistry.
Especially professional.
So where is it going to come from? You know? And that's it.
Seems to be a very reserved person.
Yeah.
Your page is where I see this.
Hey.
Following you like this.
Following you.
So
Ladies,
how does she take it?
For my wife, a woman to marry me.
We should know.
And I'm like this. She's not reserved anything. She's in control. she's in full control.
Is she on set in this time of time?
She stayed there. Yeah, she likes to be on her own path.
I'm so sorry, let me just throw in this question. When you were going to start promoting this movie, you went all about the fact that this is road to 1 billion. And is it it's an ambitious goal? Are you being realistic about the fact that you believe this movie is going to get you 1 billion? Or you feel like, okay, let's set the big goal so that if we don't get it, we'll get this way? What was that about?
So it's two things. The first thing is that I will never stand in the way of God doing whatever he wants to do. So I've declared it 1 billion. You know, we've seen it's a possibility.
Yeah.
It's a possibility, right? So I put it out there. And then there are numbers that you look at and say, historically, these kind of films have done this amount at this time of the year in the cinemas. And I keep that aside as well. You know? And I say, God, whichever one that you're going to do, I'm going to accept.
So tell me about the storyline. I mean, who came up with this storyline? And, I mean, how did you come about it?
So, I was just randomly thinking about what I wanted to do next with my life. I had gotten to a point where I've done some really great films. And I was thinking it was some time to do something new. And I started to look at producing and what that would entail. I said, okay, if we're going to do something, I knew Valentine's was coming. How about we do something that's romantic? Again, as I said, things have been tough. I don't want to do anything complicated that people have to start thinking.
To understand the story.
Or be reminded about what we're doing.
I don't like gong.
And something nice and sweet. No shifting, no problems. You know, and that's what we did. And I sat down. You know me, I'm online. I like to look for trouble. So I said, let's add a little bit of troublemaking. Let's figure something out. And the story just popped into my head that, you know, it would be good to get a love triangle type story. You know, so there's that clash between people that we consider friends, you know, and then just make something beautiful out of it.
Which is interesting because usually love triangles, it will be 2 women and a man.
Yeah.
But in this case, I see 2.
So publicly, that's how it is. But we know privately,
I don't know about that.
It's true now. It's true.
The women are more open about their own.
I'm talking about movies. Usually you see 2 men.
We're talking about real life. Movies and real life.
I'm talking about your movie. So, you know, this is your first production. And I know that it must have cost, you know, a lot of money, resources. How much did you expect? So, how much did you have to lean on friends to help you? Or did you... Who bankrolled
this movie?
Who bankrolled you?
He was good.
No,
I'm serious.
You see this
and for the first time, look, I'm a Yoruba man, fully. I can tell you, I don't remember the last time in fact, even as a young man, that I went to my parents to ask for money. I cannot tell you when anybody ever came and said, come and take this. I'm the one doing for people. This is the first time in my life that I had to reach out to my people around me and say, I need help.
Yeah.
And people came through for me.
Wow.
You know, this is the most beautiful experience of my life so far.
Fantastic.
I wanted to add that, you know, this is your time. The service industry, music, films, we are going global. And I'm looking at the commercial banks and how they give loans and all of that to other businesses. Why are you people not in that collaboration right now where they fund the entire project?
It's a series of reasons. But from their perspective, they don't have what it takes to understand our industry, you know, and they can't really understand the intricacies of our financials, right? And on our part, we also don't have enough professionals coming. I've always said that Nollywood just needs a few more professionals to come in.
The numbers.
And once it becomes more attractive, and we're getting very attractive now.
Yes.
I left my job 10 years ago, you know, to join Nollywood because I saw this industry is getting more attractive. There are lots more people who can come in and add value to us. And once that happens, you know, we'll see a merger between the financial industry and the film industry.
Let me pause you for a second. I'm told our NACA guest, that's the Acting National Agency for Control of AIDS. She's the Acting Director, Resource Mobilization at NACA. That's Dr. Yinka Falola Anyumwa. Welcome, madam. Are you there? Hello, madam. You might need to unmute. I'm told she's on Zoom. Please unmute yourself so we can hear you. Okay, we're having trouble connecting with her. So let me come back to you, Deyemi. I know we've been discussing your movie, which is fine. What are you doing for Valentine? What are you doing for Madame? How are you reassuring her that Deyemi in the movie is different from the Deyemi in the house?
So Madame has been on a work trip since December.
You're kidding?
Yes. She's out of the country till April.
Oh my God.
So I'm right now doing daddy and mommy for my boys.
Those are cute boys.
Yes, housework that I've not done in 10 years. Because the house helps left in Christmas. During Christmas, I didn't come back.
Okay, that's it. These are talking points. Wait, these are talking points. I'm told she's back now. Okay, we have plenty to talk about. Dr. Yinka, are you there? Thanks for calling. Are you there?
Hello.
Oh, finally. It's good to have you, ma.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. We were talking earlier before our guest came in that the price of condoms had skyrocketed recently, and there's a possibility that quite a number of people, even this season, might be engaging in all sorts of unprotected intimacy. And because you are the director in charge of NACA, you might have to give us an idea on what are the numbers looking at like these days when it comes to HIV, AIDS, and all the sorts of sexually transmitted diseases, so people can be aware of what's out there.
Yeah, thank you very much. Prices of everything is skyrocketing. And we cannot say because prices are skyrocketing, you will not eat, you will not do basic of life. So the same as whatever pleasure you want to have, you have to put all your facts on the table. That if you contract HIV, as prices of preventive commodities are skyrocketing, prices of medication too, they are skyrocketing. When you even want to take paracetamol now, you know it was something that would not break your pocket before. But even buying paracetamol now can break your pocket. So you have to put all your facts on the table and choose wisely. Whatever you want to do to enjoy Valentine or to enjoy your life, you have to consider all the stakes. If you contract any STI, any of the sexually transmitted infections, or even HIV, it's a lifelong issue. So many of the sexually transmitted infections, you spend a long time and a lot of money to treat them. So even if people are saying condoms are expensive now, it's not readily available there, it's still something to consider than engaging in risky behaviors. So the agency, that's the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, we continue to tell people to make wise decisions. Do not share love, do not share HIV, do not share sexually transmitted infection.
Okay. Back in the days, we used to have, at this time, agencies and some NGOs sharing condoms in schools to help. So is NACA looking at such a thing at this Valentine?
Yeah, I don't think condoms are shared in schools, or maybe higher institutions, you mean, because they can only be given to adults. But because the way programs are run these days, resources are bigger, a lot of resources have to go into keeping almost 2 million Nigerians that are living with HIV on lifelong medication to suppress the virus in them and make them live meaningful lives in spite of their HIV status. It's a lot of resources from our development partners, from the government itself, and the development partners are withdrawing. So a lot of government money we have to increase domestic resourcing of keeping those people alive. So sharing condoms might not be one of the priorities that will get attention. And again, it's also something that you have to decide to do and be ready to pay the price to do it.
Okay.
So it's not something that we can see that people will, there is a total marketing approach for programs that you have to pay the price for whatever pleasure you want.
Thank you so much, madam, for joining. We just wanted to, touch base with you to be sure of what your agency is doing, especially this season. We'll be speaking with the Acting Director, Resource Mobilization at NACA, that's Dr. Yinka Falola Anemwa. Thank you, madam, for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you. Love, wifey. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you, madam. Coming back to our guest, so we were talking about how you're planning Valentine. You told us that madam has been away from December till April. Please, ladies, you have him for breakfast. You can have him for breakfast.
No, but I think that we will be a bit more compassionate towards you because you've been handling that well and balancing work, which some men think it's impossible and don't allow their women
to share.
Yes.
Michelle, how you manage?
How you manage?
How am I managing? I'm not managing. I'm not. It's a lot of work. Like what I'm thankful. Like, it is very overwhelming. It is very overwhelming. I haven't been able to work.
Okay.
Take on acting gigs, and thankfully I have this production that I've been working on. And the beauty of production is I'm working from home. I'm on my laptop. They wake up in the morning, they see me, they kiss me good morning, I take them to school, they come back, they meet me at home, we do homework together, we shower, we do things, we eat. And it's been a real bonding moment for me. It's not practical because at some point, I'm going to have to get back to work. But thank God, that I've been, engaged in doing other things.
Do you have help at home? Grandma, support.
Yeah, grandma.
Yeah, so, again, I don't like, putting my responsibilities on other people. So grandma, as she's available, she comes around, she helps. Sometimes the kids will go over, stay the weekend and come back. And that's how we've been managing it. And
Have you been taking care of your emotional needs while she's been away?
My emotional needs?
Yes.
We're on the phone all the time.
Bringing it back to the
Sorry,
movie.
I don't understand this phone thing, no.
It's video calls.
Phone. What does happen?
You can do video call, please. Don't
What does that
ask
mean?
Any questions.
Hearing these video calls, you
can do video calls.
What does that mean?
Don't worry. Ask your husband.
Wait, let your husband travel there.
Video call that they are doing.
Yes, I want to bring it back to the movie because I understand that we're on the road to 1 billion.
Yeah.
And for us to achieve that, it means that there needs to be a lot more collaboration. And online, you reached out to one person who seemed to have the Midas touch with production. Funke Akindele hits the billion, and I felt really like it's nice.
Yeah.
Is it joking? Is it serious? Inside the Latimamo Toro. So like jokingly and seriously, you asked that, show me the way. And how has the response been from people towards that?
You see, I believe that despite all the things that we see, inside us, Nigerians are good people.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Inside us, Nigerians, you just need to forget the frustration of what we're going through. And then if you touch them on the inside, be like, okay. Because people have, I mean, there's so many people standing up for me, you know, supporting me. Reaching out to say, what do you need? How can we help? Do you know how to post trailers? You know, and I've been very careful not to take too much advantage of people trying to help me. People are already buying tickets for other people.
Wow.
They may want to buy 10, 20. Some brands have reached out, want to buy 1,000 tickets.
Oh.
Yes, I'm going to start sharing those things from today.
Wow.
You know, people want to say, they're saying to people that, look, we understand Valentine's, you know, you might not have enough, you know, to have a special Valentine's. We'll provide tickets, go to this cinema.
Whoa.
First 10 people to get there, you're going to watch it for free because it's already been paid for.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's how we're going to reach that 1 billion.
I believe.
So is it, go ahead, Mariam.
Yeah, so, you know, you talk a lot about how people are reaching out to you, and you're sort of like I'll describe it like an industry favorite. In many films, many actors love you. How would you advise someone who's coming into the industry to, you know, navigate themselves, especially when it comes to networking and forming relationships?
I come from a sales and marketing background.
Okay.
So for me, my path was clear. Once I got in, I understood. Like I hardly did auditions. Because it's like going for job interviews, you know? There's a difference between when you go and apply, all these things that they do, they write exams and all that.
And they call you.
It's different when they call you because they've seen results. You know, so I leveraged, and I learned that early on. So I decided, you know, let me focus on showing results. Let me do the short films, the web series, you know, and so I can have the conversations because I'm a salesperson. I was the guy who used to knock on doors, they'll slam the door in my face, you know. So rejection is
normal for you.
No, it's normal.
Yeah.
So walk up to people, introduce yourself, present yourself properly, show your work, proof of your work, and engage them in conversations. But the mindset is always, how can I add value to you? It's not, please come and put me in your film. So I'm always there, I have information. Oh, there's a new film festival. Have you submitted your film? Or even compliments, work. Compliments is giving something.
Right.
I loved your film. You know, congratulations on the success of your film. How can I help? You're promoting film in cinema. I promoted too many people's film in cinema that I was not inside. So
you've sown seeds.
So there's that. Then there's the fact that I'm not going to excuse anybody. I'm going to call every single person out.
You owe me one. You owe me one.
Everybody, come. It's my turn now.
Yeah.
Come and help me. I need help.
So tomorrow is Valentine's Day. What are you doing exactly? I mean, we know you're premiering the movie, obviously. So there are no flowers, no nothing, none of those things.
What are you sending
Are you sending over to the diaspora to your wife?
You know how much dollar has you know, there are things. Our wedding anniversary, our 11th wedding anniversary was in January.
Nice,
so I've done something.
We saw those.
Recently.
We saw that.
It's not enough.
Can never.
So we'll do. I mean, I have some things lined up. Surprise her. I don't know that I'm going to be surprised. I can tell you that, but it's okay.
They have not dissed us.
It's true.
They have not dissed women now.
What are your plans for Valentine? What have you bought for that?
But do you believe in love? Like love, like the real core of it. Because the reason I ask is because on this show, we've always talked about the fact that people marry for different reasons, and people then find out that okay, I'm 10 years down, and I'm like, okay, I don't love this woman anymore. I don't love this man. Do you really believe that there are people that are in marriages without real love, or how do you really find that real love?
The first thing you need to do is define love. That's the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that people's definition of love are different, are skewed, are incorrect a lot of times. And people seem to think that love, well, I'm not going to negate the fact that it is, but love is not essentially a feeling. It's not a feeling. Because feelings come and go. Love is a commitment. It's a commitment to give of yourself to somebody else. It's a commitment to give of yourself to somebody else to make them a better version of themselves. And in doing so, you become a better version of yourself. So that's a lifelong sacrifice. You know, and if you remember, and there'll be moments, yes, there'll be moments where the feeling of love, because that commitment is what births the feeling. And if you remain there, you know, remain committed. I mean, I remember one time we had issues, you know. Yeah, we had issues. And one day I just looked at this woman and I said, you know what? If you like, run mad. I will love you. I will love you. And I feel like God taught me a lesson. He pointed out and said, you know what? Because I was complaining to God, I don't want to say I should marry her. You know, how can she be like this? And I heard a whisper in my head. It said, love her. I said, but she did this. He said, love her. I said, but she's like this, but love her. I now said, that's why I'm telling you to love her. Love her, not in spite of those things, but because love her. Because love is a giving. And I got up from that prayer and I realized what I needed to do. And we still make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm trying. It's hard, you know. But
talking about it's hard. Let's stay on it's hard.
Why is it hard?
Why is it
Why is it hard? Because
why is it hard now?
Yeah,
Why is it
because
hard?
there are lots of women, because they tell us men are attracted by what they see. Yes, your wife is all the way in wherever in London or wherever it is, and you're a man, you are seen, and you're a movie star,
Yes,
and you're a Yoruba demon, and you enter parties and you are seen.
I'm seeing my children every morning. I'm seeing the bills that are coming. I'm seeing the economy, and I'm saying, it's better to just focus on my family. I have a mother that I'm taking care of. I'll now be looking
all
at
those aunties that celebrate around you, they're wasting their time.
They can be there.
You know, there's this very beautiful girl you've been doing you have a few clips with.
Oh, yeah. She's in the film.
Yeah,
Beauty
Tukura.
Yeah,
She's such a beauty. I mean,
she's a beauty, not just outside. Inside as well. She's a real gem.
Aww.
Real gem. I think she's one of the most, Nigeria is just about to see how talented this young girl is.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's cool.
That's
you have a few, going still within the movie, apart from Beauty, which is someone that everybody doesn't really, we've not really gotten to see much about her. There's another social media, the Venita, then the guy. There's this guy that does diction, Kenzie. I am looking forward to seeing Kenzie in that movie. I definitely want to see how he's able to interpret the roles. Was there any consideration when picking the actors for this particular movie, or did you want...
Oh, yes, it was a lot. Of course, it was going to be heavily based off of relationship.
Relationship, right?
Relationships. Because I can tell you, I don't know that there's any, there are a few that can afford to have the kind of cast that I have. I could not afford them. So till today, is Idobale, for Uncle Kunle, for Auntie Reti, I'm so grateful to have that level. I mean, it was a lot of work just having the conversations and saying, look, I need help, And I think that my motto, after I no go agree for anybody.
The second word is
I need
help.
You need help, you should speak.
Yeah.
Our fans are loving you. They said, this guy is well polished. Well, in love with you. They said, you can easily tell. And someone's saying, you're not faking any accent. They are expecting the Nigerian actor to come with one.
He has his accent, though.
No,
do not just use it today.
Say,
but how is your wife managing your fame? How is she? Because we don't see much of her. Once in a while we do. But could you just give us an insight into how she's, because there are lots of women today are attracted to movie stars. They want to be like your wife, they want to marry Deyemi, but they're not sure how it's going to be in reality.
Especially because she didn't marry Deyemi, the actor.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. See, that's the thing you guys did.
So how is she managing your fame today? So,
I need to explain how my wife and I met. We went in school, Unilag, chemical engineering. She was a few years, my junior. And we never spoke. Because Shakara is too much. And myself, I guess Shakara. It wasn't until we got out of school that we started to interact and we saw, and then, one thing led to another. We realized we wanted to spend the rest of our lives together. I was working a 9 to 5. She was working 9 to 5. And I told her, after doing church drama, and I said, babe, the way this drama thing is going, it's like the hand of God is inside this thing. The hand of God is inside. I don't know what will happen in the future. We got married in January. By August, I got some amazing offers that needed me to leave work to go and act. And because I was scared, and I presented it to her. I said, this is what we have. And we can survive for a year. Give me 1 year. Let me go and do this thing, get it out of my system, and, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
That was 11 years ago. August of the same year we got married was when I left, 9 to 5. And it's been a beautiful journey that has its ups and downs.
Yeah.
But she's been there all the way. When I said I was scared, I was so scared. The money I was earning in corporate then, if somebody's earning it now, you are okay.
Wow.
You are okay with everything that's going on. And she was one that looked at me and says, this is what you're meant to do. Go and do it.
That is love.
So there's that. And then there's the reality of when I now got in. You see, I didn't realize anything about acting. All I wanted to do was act.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I call it collateral upside, is that you become famous. I didn't. I didn't even know you could make a lot of money. I honestly was just going to live for 1 year and go.
Yeah.
But the next job came, and the money was something that is like breathing, and they are paying me. We'll do it. And again, it became a struggle. And then I realized, because I took it for granted that she understood. I did. There was a time I took it for granted until I started noticing a few things. She was a bit withdrawn. She was a bit, the things were changing, And then I tried to have the conversation, but even she didn't realize that she was reacting. So it took a while of consistently trying to say, what's going on? Because you're changing. There's a difference. Before she finally even looked at it by herself and realized, okay, there's a problem. We need to sit down, we need to talk. And we had the conversation. And you're right, people look at her and say, oh, she's quiet, she's reserved, she can handle it. She can't handle it.
Yeah.
We have to handle it together. So right now,
Are you doing all of these things?
My wife does not follow me on Instagram.
No need
that
to
choice.
help.
Yeah, by choice. She does not follow me on Instagram. She does not want to see
what you
just get on her. Yeah.
When my film started showing, when I started out on things like local channels, those local platforms, we decided, okay, we're no longer watching local channels. Let's go and look for international channels. I'm now inside international channels, so now we're looking at ourselves. We are playing card games in the house now. You have to do everything you can to protect and preserve your environment, and we're trying. And again, it's still not. I don't take it for granted again that it's easy for her. So I have to check in once in a while. Yeah.
Thank you for being so honest.
Thank you for being so honest.
And it's quite refreshing because a lot of times it just always feels like partners, actors' partners, just have this DNA from heaven. They just get it, and then we know that we are regular women. There are sometimes I cannot imagine. Just imagine you're standing with your husband, and then a crop of women will just come from nowhere, and they will push you aside, and they are taking pictures all around him. And
that never happened to you.
Exactly. For that to happen over and over again.
So it's a balance. It's that I can clock it. I can see it coming. So I'm already checking with her. And she's already adjusting to get out of the way. So I'm like, are you good? Are you good? Are you good? And she's like, no, do your thing, do your thing. And I separate myself.
Do your thing, man. Mean different things, though.
That
was me. I tell you do your thing. I don't mean do your thing. I tell you do your thing. I don't mean do your thing.
She's also the person that said, do you need help? Can I help you with your picture? And she helps. If
I help you, I'm helping you just because of that. I will not help you.
Had to adjust as well, grow and understand.
I wasn't thinking of the women flocking around you was affecting her. I'm thinking of how much has your commitment to your career taken a toll on her? Not just the cameras, time, location, all of that, success. Sometimes in marriage you compare and you be like, I'm the one taking care of your children, money for you and all of that. How has that been?
It has really affected us. You see, there's something I found out. While women seem to have a natural ability, maybe it's a natural ability, I'm not sure, to multitask, men seem to only be able to do one thing at a time. And because I was trying to be the best I could be as an actor, I put in quite a lot of focus on that. My thinking then was, I'm making money and we are sorting you out, But some more needed to be done. Last year was our 10th year anniversary, and I told her, I said, we're celebrating this whole year. It's not just the day. So we traveled.
Wow,
we went around the world.
I saw the pictures.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? You know what? The fact that my wife is not around right now
is the result.
Is because she's pregnant with our third child, and this is the first time.
Congratulations!
Yes. So in the next few days,
God's special grace of God.
yes, we will be adding an extra. Love.
Thank you so much.
And it's from that last year.
No, it's the result.
I used my
Thank God. We have to go. So I have to just give you 10 seconds. Cinemas, where are you across the world? In Nigeria, where are you premiering tomorrow?
Always Fair in Love is in every cinema. It's actually supposed to come out on Friday, but we are doing an advanced screening, so we make sure that on Wednesday, Valentine's Day, tomorrow, February 14th.
What cinemas?
It's in all cinemas.
All cinemas.
Just go to any cinema around
What of those in Nodugbo, Yimbo?
So right now, those ones are going to wait until the international platforms, but
Okay.
Ghanaians have the opportunity to see the film as well.
Fantastic.
So it's showing in Ghana, it's showing in Nigeria, and then hopefully we can go on tour to several cities around the world in the next few months.
Fantastic. Actually, that's all we can take on today's show. Hope you learned a few things that we have. Thank you so much, Deyemi, for coming. We enjoyed your company. Our regards to your wife. And we hope to celebrate on the baby. And we're really excited for you. Congratulations. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Valentine's Day is tomorrow. Please call in. Let us know what you're doing, how you're doing it, and how you're protecting yourself.
And what you're wearing.
And what you're wearing. Okay, what you're wearing. All right, bye. See you tomorrow. Bye.